My name is Brett Ivy with Allen Ed's Auto Sound Orange, and we're going to discuss right now the differences between the Mechless, which is non-CD radios, the benefits and the non-benefits of having a non-CD radio. All three of these radios are Mechless units, which basically means they do not play CDs at all. Now, there are pros and cons to this. Now, what most of you are going to be saying is, well, I like CDs, I use CDs. Think about it. When's the last time you physically bought a CD? It's been a while. The industry is starting to sway that direction, and the benefit to having one of these types of radios without a CD player, you don't have to worry about carrying around 800 CDs in your car. You have everything pretty much built in one form or another on an iPod, an SD card, or a USB type of flash drive. The other benefit to that is they don't weigh anything because they don't have the CD mechanism inside. You don't have to worry about the CD mechanism ever breaking, CD skipping, any of that getting damaged, or the CDs actually physically getting stolen out of your car. Basically what we're going to talk about right now, the difference between the Alpine, the Pioneer, and the Kenwood as far as iPod controllability. Now, all three radios are basically going to let you control the iPod directly out of the box. All three of them have the necessary plugs already built in. The only thing about the Pioneer one over the Alpine and the Kenwood, you are going to need a separate cable that Pioneer proprietary makes for the video input. Other than that, you could use a regular USB type of iPod cable to control the iPod directly from any of the radios. Plug your iPod directly in, the 30 pin on the bottom. Now what's going to happen is after about 10 to 15 seconds, it's going to basically say Alpine. So now the radio has full controllability of the actual iPod through the radio. Now what you'd want to do at that point is just source over to the iPod option on the radio. It'll say iPod. And when I'm ready, I just hit the center button to find. Let's say I want to do an artist. Select the artist again, center button. I turn the knob to go through all the artists that I have on here. And once I find the artist I want, I push and select which song I want again, and then after that it starts playing. Now it will show the album artwork up in the corner. If I hit the view button again, it'll do the clock, and the album artwork will get bigger. Now what we're going to talk about is the MBH8200BT. Again, the BT stands for the Bluetooth model. Let's say I wanted to do my music without an iPod, I wanted to use an SD card. Basically just push the face release button, pull the faceplate off, and insert my SD card into the slots. When I'm done, I simply place the face back on, goes directly to the SD card. Now if I wanted to do an iPod with video, again, I said you have to have that specific iPod cable from Pioneer. It's about this short, looks exactly like this, has a USB and a video type of input on it. Open up the USB on the front, slide in the USB cable and the video cable, and from then on what's going to happen on the iPod, it's going to say Pioneer. So now the iPod has been taken over by the actual Pioneer radio. Go to the source to select iPod, and when I'm ready, I just basically hit the home button, list, and then there's all my iPods set up directly through here. And let's say I want to do an artist. Again, select with the center button, find the artist I want by turning, select again with the center button in, select the song I want, and then it starts playing just like that, easy enough. And the album artwork will come up after a few seconds so you can see exactly what you're looking at. And now we're going to talk about the Kenwood unit, the Mechless radio. Basically, again, just take a USB that comes out of the glove box or center console, wherever the installer runs it, take your regular iPod 30-pin USB connector, plug it in the bottom of the iPod, just like that. It'll charge, as well as after 10 to 15 seconds, it should say Kenwood once it recognizes the iPod. And it starts downloading all your content. When you're ready, you basically just hit the menu button on the top of the actual unit. It comes up, music, center button to select, and there's all my artists. And then again, I just turn the wheel like a volume knob to select, center button to select again, and then basically I have my iPod playing the song I selected, just like that.